January 1st, you're full of energy, full of hope. This year, you're going to change. You're going to wake up at 5 a.m., exercise every day, read for an hour, eat healthy, learn a new language, journal every night. You're going to do it all. Week 1, you're unstoppable. Week 2, you miss a day, but it's okay, you'll catch up. Week 3, you've only done it twice. By February, everything is abandoned, and you're left feeling like a failure. Why can't I stick to anything? Why don't I have discipline? What's wrong with me? So you wait. You wait until you feel motivated again. Maybe next month, maybe next Monday, maybe next year. But here's the truth. You don't fail at building habits because you're weak. You fail because you're trying too hard. You're trying to change everything at once. You're relying on motivation instead of a system. You're focused on intensity instead of consistency. But what if I told you there's a better way? What if building strong habits doesn't require superhuman discipline? Today, I'm going to share with you 5 steps, 5 simple steps that will help you build habits that actually last. Not for a week, not for a month, but for life. Hey friend, my name is Adam, and welcome to your calm, peaceful space. This is where we don't pressure you to be perfect. This is where we don't expect you to change overnight, because real change doesn't happen in bursts of motivation. It happens in small, consistent actions. We learn English here, yes, but more importantly, we learn how to build a life we love, one tiny habit at a time. If you've ever felt like you can't stick to anything, if you've ever started strong and then given up, you're not alone, and this channel is here to help you. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Exhale. You're exactly where you need to be. Let's begin. So, building habits. Everyone talks about it. Everyone has advice. Just be disciplined. Just do it every day. Just stay motivated. But that doesn't help, does it? Because you've tried. You've tried being disciplined. You've tried doing it every day, and it didn't work. So today, I'm going to show you something different. 5 steps that will change how you think about habits forever. And the beautiful part? These steps are simple. So simple that you might think they can't possibly work. But they do. Because strong habits are not built through intensity. They're built through consistency. And they're not formed through perfection. They're formed through repetition. So if you're ready to finally build habits that stick, let's dive in. Step 1. Start ridiculously small. Here's where most people go wrong. They start too big. I'm going to exercise for an hour every day. I'm going to write 2,000 words. I'm going to meditate for 30 minutes. And maybe, for the first few days, they do it. But then life gets busy. They get tired. And suddenly, an hour feels impossible. So they skip it. And once you skip it once, it's easier to skip it again. Before you know it, the habit is dead. But here's the secret. Start so small that it feels too easy. Don't start with an hour of exercise. Start with 5 push-ups. Don't start with 30 minutes of meditation. Start with 3 deep breaths. Don't start with writing 2,000 words. Start with writing 1 sentence. I know what you're thinking. Adam, that's too small. That won't make a difference. But that's exactly the point. You're not trying to get results on day 1. You're trying to build the identity of someone who does this thing. Because here's what happens when you start small. You actually do it. And when you do it, You prove to yourself that you're the kind of person who keeps promises. That builds trust with yourself. And once you have that trust, you can grow. 5 push-ups becomes 10. 10 becomes 20. But it all starts with making it so small that you can't say no. So here's what I want you to do. Think about the habit you want to build. Now make it smaller, smaller, even smaller, until it feels almost laughably easy. That's your starting point, because consistency beats intensity every single time. Step 2. Attach it to something you already do. Here's the second step. Don't rely on motivation. Don't rely on remembering. Attach your new habit to something you already do every day. This is called habit stacking. Your brain loves routines. It loves patterns. So when you attach a new habit to an existing one, your brain says, "Oh, I know this. This is part of what I do." And it becomes automatic. Let me give you examples. If you want to start journaling, don't just say, "I'll journal every day." Say, "After I brush my teeth at night, I'll write 3 sentences in my journal." If you want to start exercising, don't just say, "I'll work out every day." Say, "After I make my morning coffee, I'll do 5 push-ups." If you want to start reading, don't just say, "I'll read every day." Say, "Before I go to bed, I'll read 1 page." See the difference? You're not relying on willpower. You're creating a trigger. And triggers make habits automatic. Here's the formula. After I, existing habit, I will, new habit. Write it down. Say it out loud. Because when you attach your new habit to something you already do, you remove the mental effort of remembering. And that's when habits stick. Step 3. Track it. Here's step 3. Track your habit. Every single day. I know it sounds simple, but this one step changes everything. Because what gets measured gets improved. Get a calendar, get a notebook, get your phone, and every day that you do your habit, mark it. Put an X on the calendar, write "done" in your journal. Check a box. It doesn't matter how you track it, what matters is that you do. Because here's what happens. After a few days, you'll see a chain of X's, and your brain doesn't want to break that chain. That's called the don't break the chain method. And it works. Not because it's complicated, but because it's visual. You can see your progress. You can see your consistency. And on the days you don't feel like doing it, that chain motivates you. I've done it for 7 days straight. I'm not breaking the chain today. Plus, tracking creates accountability. You can't lie to yourself when it's right there in front of you. So track your habit every single day and watch how powerful that simple act becomes. Step 4. Never miss twice. Now, let's be realistic. You're going to miss a day. Life happens. You get sick. Something urgent comes up, and you miss your habit. That's okay. Missing once doesn't ruin everything. But here's the rule. Never miss twice. This is one of the most important rules of habit building. Because missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new pattern. Let me explain. If you miss 1 day of exercise, that's fine. You're still someone who exercises. But if you miss 2 days, your brain starts to think, maybe I'm not someone who exercises anymore. So the rule is simple. If you miss once, get back on track the next day. No matter what. Even if you only do the tiniest version, If you usually do 20 push-ups and you missed yesterday, do 5 today. If you usually write for 30 minutes and you missed yesterday, write 1 sentence today. The key is to show up, to prove to yourself that you haven't quit, that you're still the person who does this thing. Because repetition builds habits, not perfection. You don't need a perfect streak. You just need consistency over time. So remember, never miss twice. That's the rule that will save your habits. Step 5. Focus on identity, not results. Here's the final step, and it's the most powerful one. Stop focusing on the outcome. Start focusing on who you're becoming. Most people focus on results. I want to lose 10 kilograms. I want to read 50 books. I want to make more money. But results take time. And when you don't see results immediately, you get discouraged. You give up. But what if you changed your focus? Instead of, I want to lose 10 kilograms, say, I'm becoming a healthy person. Instead of, I want to read 50 books, say, I'm becoming a reader. Instead of, I want to save money, say, I'm becoming financially responsible. See the difference? You're not chasing a result. You're becoming a type of person. And when you see yourself as that person, the actions become natural. Healthy people don't skip workouts. Readers don't go weeks without opening a book. Financially responsible people don't waste money. Not because they force themselves, but because that's who they are. So ask yourself, who do I want to become? Not what do I want to achieve, but who do I want to be? And then build habits that match that identity. Because every time you do your habit, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. 1 push-up is a vote for I'm a healthy person. 1 page is a vote for I'm a reader. $1 saved is a vote for I'm financially responsible. And the more votes you cast, the stronger that identity becomes. Until one day, you don't even think about it anymore. You just do it. Because that's who you are. Okay, before we finish today, I need to ask you something. If this episode gave you a clear plan to build strong habits, if you're feeling hopeful that this time will be different, please subscribe to this channel. Because every week I share tools like this, practical strategies that actually work. And when you subscribe, you're saying, this helps, keep going. Also, hit the like button, leave a comment, share this with someone who's trying to build better habits. Because these 5 steps, they could transform someone's life. Thank you. My friend, if you've ever felt like you can't stick to anything, if you've ever started strong and then quit, I need you to hear this. You're not undisciplined. You just didn't have the right system. And now you do. Remember these 5 steps. Start ridiculously small. Attach it to something you already do. Track it every day. Never miss twice. And focus on identity, not results. These steps are simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. It means doable. So today, right after this episode, pick 1 habit, just 1. Make it small, attach it to something you already do, and start today. Not tomorrow, not Monday, today. Because strong habits are built through consistency, not intensity. And habits are formed by repetition, not perfection. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. Day after day, week after week. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize you're not the same person you were 6 months ago. Not because of one big change, but because of 1,000 small ones. Now, before you go, I want to hear from you. What habit do you want to build, and why does it matter to you? Share it in the comments, because when you say it out loud, you're making a commitment, not just to me, but to yourself. Thank you for being here, for choosing growth, for believing that change is possible. Remember, you're doing better than you think. Take care of your heart. I'll see you soon.